What was the movie?
Where were you?
Sleeping? I made this, the decision was not to do the, 'cause I knew those sessions were going to be long, and I thought I can get it on repetition, and then I can just watch the movie.
So were you Cheetos?
Yeah.
Tú no lo estabas viendo. Qué
No.
cabrona eres.
No,
We
because
can
I
have a
got up
conversation now.
late. I got up late, and it was, I feel like the spirit is like working with me to
Not catch up on your sleep.
to break from all these beliefs about the body that we have, about how if you drink coffee late at night, or if you exercise too late, close to your bedtime, you won't be able to sleep. Because I did both of those after 7:30.
How'd that go?
Obviously it went well, because when I did go to sleep, I slept for like 10 hours straight and I didn't wake up. So other times where I'm just like making sure that I don't do those things, or if I do that, then I won't be able to sleep. And then I have just letting go of the idea of an outcome. Like, I want this outcome. I'm just like letting it go, because I had my coffee around 7:30. And the thought came in, like, you're not gonna sleep. And then I just like, no, I'm just gonna accept whatever comes. If I sleep, if I don't sleep, I don't care. And I did sleep. And miraculously, I didn't even wake up once. Not even to go to the bathroom. So it's all good. Feel good. So how was the experience of watching the movie?
I thought it was good. It was
I've never seen that movie. It's always been like I've seen, he uses that movie a lot, and I've never like been inspired to watch it. I don't know why. I like Joaquin Phoenix. He's the protagonist, ¿verdad? Me gusta mucho las películas de él.
I wouldn't say protagonist, but yeah. And then Amy Adams is also.
So good actors.
Yeah.
So Adriana, it's true. This year we have 366 days. I looked it up.
What do you
Te lo
mean?
dije que será la razón.
Because I started to look and I thought we must have skipped over, something happened, because it wasn't like it wasn't almost lining up. And then Adriana said, well, maybe this is a leap year. Like February had 29 days, and I looked it up, and this year has 366 days because it's leap year.
So what day did we finish? The 1st?
No, we finished early. We finished a day early.
Okay.
And I told the spirit, I was like, you didn't put in some instructions for leap year. And his response was like, you'll figure it out. He's like,
Nada, lo haces un día más y ya.
Exacto, las opciones, the options are you do the last lesson one more day, or just leave the epilogue for the last day, or both, whatever. Doesn't matter. I mean, at this point, I feel like, what more can we say? Really? I mean, it's like, it's there. I think we have a pretty good grasp of what's going on. We have.
Well, if you haven't gotten it by now, I don't think one more day is going to help.
Exacto. Or one less day. We have one more day this year. Right. So it's 365 lessons, and this year is 366 days.
Yeah, so we would have one more.
We have one more day.
Yeah.
For those who are dense, like me.
That's right.
We have one more day for the last lesson. or just skip one day. It doesn't matter. So yeah. I don't know if you guys want me to read, I can read it. Lo voy a leer rapidito.
You didn't read it yesterday,
¿Tú
did you?
quieres?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, but I read it before you came in, I think.
Ah, of course.
So
Who
it's,
needs
like, really
Gary?
fast. Yeah, well, Gary, you know, we all need you for the awakening.
Yeah, no, please.
You're an integral part of it. Te entrego este instante santo, sé tú quien dirige, pues quiero simplemente seguirte, seguro de que tu dirección me brindará la paz. Y si necesito una palabra de aliento, Él me la dará. Si necesito un pensamiento, Él me lo dará también. Y si lo que necesito es quietud y una mente receptiva y serena, esos serán los regalos que de Él recibiré. Él está a cargo a petición mía y me oirá y contestará porque Él habla en nombre de Dios, mi Padre, y de su Santo Hijo. Amén. Así que pues.
Amén. No quiero. I want to hear Gary on 2020.
Ah, you watched 2020, the death of 2020.
Yeah, instead of watching the Dying Living Miracles 2020.
What was
That
that?
was their comedy show was on at the same time. So
Ah, oh yeah, that's right. I told you Wise Choice.
yeah. Yeah, that was I got through a skit and a half.
Well, you got the best skit,
The
which
first
was
one.
the first one, Eric and
And the second one was actually just the way those two guys are.
oh, you saw Greg and Zach's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Zach doesn't use fuck in the middle of a conversation, but that was just Greg being Greg, you know.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to
That's
watch
the
it. I
comedy.
already seen that.
It was
Well-
helpful for me because I still hold grievance with.
Astrid hates Greg.
I don't hate him. I love him, but I
No,
dislike
you
his
hate him with
personality.
all your heart.
He has, yeah, he needed to be heard.
And
definitely one
for
of
me, it was, you know, because I have, you know, I saw that I still, when he popped up on the screen, I'm like, oh, I still have this grievance here with him. I was texting Adriana. And yeah, seeing that skit with him and Zach, I just felt, how can I explain it? Like ternura, ¿cómo se dice ternura?
Tenderness.
Tenderness for because they were outside completely of their comfort zone.
Way.
Yeah. And they were really, you know, putting their effort and trying. And I felt a lot of gratitude for that. And that really helped me to see him in a new light. And then when he did the dance party initially, I was like, oh, this is crap. I'm not going to do this. But then I thought, you know what, you know, I'll just dance here. So I did dance a little, the couple of last songs that he did. And
I missed all that.
It was good. It was joyous. And it was nice seeing everybody like dancing around. And Angelica was, you didn't see they brought up the people from Mexico and Angelica was in the middle.
No, cuando yo lo llegué a ver, la que estaba en medio era Marina. When I
Okay.
moved
I know
finally
porque they had two. They had los de Cuántico y los de la casa. Los de la
no me
casa,
tocaba verla.
okay, no importa. Y
Sí,
también
it wasn't for me to see her.
and I saw Wesley también. He was all in on the dance party.
I didn't stay for any of that. I just watched the first two skits and even the setup. I had the volume down and I think I was reading Renard or something. And then when I saw some action, I turned it up. And then when they got outside in the car and they started pulling water bottles and shit out from under the hood, I'm like, I'm out of here. And so I went to Death 2020 hoping for something a little more.
Did you see Christopher with a water bottle spraying Zach?
Yes, remind me.
Oh.
Yeah. But I thought Death 2020 was good. You know, it's funny. I really need, apparently, I really need a certain kind of comedy to bust a gut. You know, and it's always been like that George Carlin type humor, where it's somebody who's deconstructing the world, maybe the way the universe would, or the way Holy Spirit would laugh at it. So there was him. There was a guy named Kevin Meaney years ago who I lost it. So there's a handful of people that I've, in movies, of course. There have been a handful of movies, but I laughed. I thought that Leslie Jones was just a riot.
No, Leslie Jones is the.
She was.
I love her.
Yeah, I mean, even
La
like
negra, es la negra, Adriana.
see the last comment that she made. You know, like you want to fuck, talking to some guy up to. I thought she was great, and I think too some of the humor was a little like I had to keep pulling myself out, like the soccer mom.
Oh yeah.
I had to keep pulling myself out of that story, you know, because I would be
It
like,
was infuriating, right?
whore. Yeah, you
Yeah.
fucking whore, you piece of shit. And then I like, I'll back out, you know, because I know those women. That's the thing. I know those women. Those are my clients when I owned my school.
Exactly, the mothers of the kids in school.
That was her, man. So I had to keep stepping out for her. And I thought Tracy Ullman was a great queen.
Oh my God, Tracy Ullman. Oh my God, I love her.
She was a great queen.
She's the
She
best.
was-
La que hizo de la reina. Se llama Tracy Ullman. ¿Eh?
Yeah.
Ah, yo no la reconocí.
No,
Yeah,
porque,
okay.
because her thing is impersonations. She's like
Yeah.
the master of impersonations. Ella ha hecho su carrera. Her career has been impersonating. And I think in the 90s, she even had a show like
She did.
She did, right? And it was all skits of her impersonating people. And she is master at that.
Yeah, she was great. And as much as I thought she was the woman that did the average person.
The British?
Yeah. I don't know. There was something about her delivery that just got me to laugh.
She's amazing. She's in that show that I told you about, the Ricky Gervais.
Oh, right.
She's in that show. She's one of his co-workers, and completely different because in that show she's all dolled up, and she's actually a very beautiful woman.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course Samuel Jackson was great. You know, he always delivers full Samuel. There's no holding back. He's just all in. And
The British guy, what's his name? I forget.
Oh, Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant. I
didn't even recognize him as Hugh Grant when he first started.
Yeah.
Like I had to get up close to the screen and look. Was that Hugh Grant?
Yeah, that happened to me when I first saw it. I didn't get that it was comedy, and it took me quite a couple of scenes to say, motherfucker, this guy looks like Hugh Grant. But at that point I didn't know that they were kind of actors performing other people, not themselves. Because of course you recognize Samuel Jackson, but my TV is so far away that I didn't see that he was put another name. So all this time I'm thinking they're doing a documentary with artists and professionals of different areas. So that's why I had to view it a second time. But I love when this character is talking about I don't know what, and the man, the Hugh Grant character is talking about something, and he was contradicted by the camera or the one that was interviewing, and he goes, "Fuck off."
I actually had to pull my iPad out and put the character's name in my iPad for it to tell me it was Hugh Grant. Yeah, it was good. It was good. And there were definitely parts of it that were kind of, again, ego was just jumping in saying that fucking Trump or, Boris or whatever. And I just thought like, oh yeah.
Boris? When they changed Boris into a black man,
Yeah.
they had to change him back.
Oh yeah.
That Boris guy is real.
Sí, nena.
Ese es el primer ministro, for real.
Yes.
And he wears the hair like that. It reminds me of that character, Don King.
Don King.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I don't think his personality is all that different from Don King, actually.
And the way they talked about him, like he has no ability for nothing. It's been a long time since I haven't seen the news. So I'm totally unaware.
It's
So-
the same shit, but different characters.
Exactly. Then it got to one point when I didn't know if it was an actor doing the prime minister
Right.
because I couldn't what I was seeing.
But what I loved about it is that they presented such, a serious topic, like all the things that have happened in 2020, in a way that you can see how ridiculous the whole thing is, everything.
Yeah. Yes,
That
it's
we can actually
helpful.
sit down and laugh. It's helpful. We can laugh at ourselves. We can laugh at the whole thing.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the last purpose, to laugh at everything on the same level.
See.
It's not a mocking laugh. It's a laugh at ourselves.
Mhm.
For some reason, the one woman I kept waiting to show up, and I don't know why, although she would have fit perfectly, and I forget her name. She's a comedian, but she's the one that's done all of the lip syncing of Donald Trump. Have you seen her?
Oh yeah. I've
Have you
seen.
seen her, Adriana?
I don't
No,
think
I don't have any connection to any live TV
No,
in the
No,
world.
she's all
I-
over YouTube.
she's either on TikTok or YouTube or something. Es una mujer comediante, but what she does is she takes the audio of Trump's like speeches and stuff and interviews. Is that the one that you're talking about? And then she los actúa. She acts out, and it's hilarious.
Like she takes the one scene where he's talking there was a time in a laboratory of setting, and he's talking about using, what was it he was going to
The
use?
bleach and the
The
light
bleach.
and the
And
UV
she-
light.
Yes, and she's acting it out with his voice coming through her mouth, and you get a whole nother meaning. Like
You see how ridiculous it is.
exactly. I'll send you a couple links, Adriana, and
Te vas a reír.
that's who I kept waiting to show up in this Death 2020.
Yeah.
She just seemed like she would have been a great fit for that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that the choice of watching that instead of watching the skits.
Oh,
I mean, but it was in the same frequency, or it was the same purpose. That was the purpose of the whole thing, of them doing all these skits and shining a light more on humor and comedy and laughing at ourselves. Because I like the skit about the first one, because it was laughing at how everyone wants a relationship, and then when you're in the course, you want a special holy relationship,
right.
which is the same
Right.
thing. As
And
what
then when you get it, it's not the way you thought it was going to look like. And now
No.
you're stuck with it.
No, I already buy you like a box of pills and
don't
send
want
it through
I don't want. I don't
for
want.
Amazon for you, Astrid.
I don't
You
want
can
that.
put it in big here.
Oh no. when that moment happens, please have one of your boys have one of his cameras, his phone out for a video.
No,
Okay?
no, I don't need that. I don't want that. I don't need that. I mean,
Oh, come on, Astrid, just soften up a little bit.
I had the time of my life. No,
no.
it was very funny, and I enjoy it because I already had seen 2020. So, I think that the most important thing that I got from the whole fucking 4 hours that we spent watching this whole movie session, that is my first time and my last one. Because it's a fucking marathon that I have no use for but forgiveness. And it's just that when you have, we need to have really one purpose only.
Mhm.
And then all situations are used for that one purpose. And we have to make sure that we connect happiness and healing with that purpose. So the whole package can come to us with whatever is happening. You know, and that took me 10 seconds to say.
Mhm.
And then I don't have to go through a fucking movie seeing ¿cómo se llama este? Joaquín Phoenix con unos pantalones que le llegan acá arriba a las tetas. Yo no sé cómo se llama esto. Do you see his pants?
She's talking about Joaquin Phoenix's pants were up to here. It was
He's a computer nerd, that's why. That's what computer nerds are supposed to look like in
I
back
was
then.
suffering with that side.
And his
really?
same color shirt practically every scene.
Yeah, it killed me to see him wearing that. And I was saying, is it really necessary
Of course it is.
to have him dressed like that? Of course it's not.
Of course it is.
Nobody in the movie was
For
dressed.
you, only for you.
But then in my experience being the first time that I endure because I always hear them in recordings. So I don't get to see the movie and then the commentaries.
you never had that experience. You didn't have the experience of Mary Magdalene, the movie, which was over 6 hours.
No, nor I will. No,
Yes.
that's really unnecessary.
It was beautiful. I had it, you know,
Yeah, but you see that he's interrupting just to put in material that is really not reflected in the movie at all.
You're
So-
such a cynic.
Well,
It's not true.
that's
It's
how
all relevant. It was right from the heart, Adriana. Come on.
I knew that's
don't be
him.
such a dick.
Well, I can't help it.
Well, no, I'm grateful for the opportunity to know that I don't have to do that anymore.
I'll miss you.
No,
I'll miss
porque
you when you're not there.
when you're going to do the movie sessions. And
I do
subscribe.
all of them.
No, you don't.
You
I
don't
don't.
do any fucking thing.
I don't. I have a very difficult time listening to David these days.
Yeah, I know.
Not like his voice or his man. It just, I find it so often it's the same thing over and over and over. And I don't need it. I've already heard it. Now I found this to be good just because, Elizabeth and I have been having some conversations, and so the relationship conversation is, and it just kind of, it expands things a bit, and it's for that purpose it was good,
Yeah.
but
Of course.
and I love the ending of that movie, the way she just said that she was talking about the space between the words, and can you find me there? And it's like, yes.
Yeah, that's the only that and the conversation about how love can be shared and it will grow by sharing it. When he's in the stairs listening to her and knowing
Yeah.
That conversation and the last conversation and the letter that he sends. You know, you could condense that movie in those 3
They
scenes
wouldn't
and
have the meaning, though. They wouldn't have the relevance. Your heart would still not get it. The ego wouldn't get it. The
I
ego
will
needs
get it.
that. Well, of course you'd get it. Of
So
course you get it.
The ego doesn't get anything.
The
No,
ego
but
needs
I
a
do.
whole long movie.
no,
The ego needs a whole.
that movie was too long.
Well, it's just a normal movie. David made it a little bit longer.
Lo que pasa.
Olvídate, maratonic.
Yeah, but it's, you know, I've only done the movie sessions during retreats. I've never done.
$40 during the week.
Is it 40? I don't know.
$40, at least in the U.S. It might be.
I think the Spanish session is 12.
In
I'm
the
gonna
US,
have to
everything is
learn.
more expensive.
I'm gonna have to learn Spanish. It's just
In
so much
Spanish, it's
cheaper.
$12.
Yo creo que sí.
40 for us Amis.
El tax del pendejo. Los gringos.
I appreciate the opportunity to forgive because, wow, before the middle, yeah, yo estaba fed up, and I said, wow, this is gonna be a long forgiveness session for me.
They just turned it off.
Sometimes I stay and I feel, and I ask for guidance to watch it and to use it for the purpose that I wanted. And even if it's a shitty skit or a concert, you know, when I started watching the concert and then I make sure that when I turn it off, which was in the first song, I was sure that I was at peace.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that I was doing this with you guys too, and I said, well, I'm gonna be solidary to the group, not knowing that the one that is convoking the group was bailing out.
¿Quién? Yo.
Sí, tú.
I just say this is what I'm doing. If you guys want to do it, go ahead. But
Yeah, no, thank you.
No, la que está haciendo la grabación, the one that is making the recordings, with whom we would not be connecting. But it's okay, it wasn't for you, it was for me. And of course, for Gary, he has just said that it was helpful for him.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
I did see
No, for me, it was a convincing job of not needing to watch any movies with commentary at the same time.
Well, I think too that the gossip from a couple of weeks ago about David's harem it's kind of ruined things, but I couldn't help but notice when I first, came on David, it was a wide shot, and there was David, and then there was a tree, and there was Suava, and I just like, oh, that poor thing.
Oh, don't
That
go.
poor
Don't
thing.
go there. Don't go there. You're crucifying her, crucifying yourself.
No, I'm not crucifying her. I'm just like that. She's just poor thing.
She's exactly where she needs to be, where she wants to be.
Yeah, no, of course.
Are you jealous of her?
I am very. I wish I was next to David.
Would you love to be in that chair? You would love
I
to
would
be in
love to be in that chair, yes.
Fucking bitch, you got my chair. Get out of it.
You guys are awful.
Sit on me, David.
Oh my
Yes, we are.
God.
No, that's the other thing. I watch movies here and the commentary that I receive is more to the point and it doesn't have to go to all this blah, 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 blah to get me a point from the movie that I'm watching.
Maybe, it would be nice. Why don't we do a Puerto Rican version
Ah,
of a David Hoffmeister movie commentary featuring
Adriana.
Sí.
Ah, mi madre, it would be like the black woman in the commentary. Fuck you, motherfucker.
Perfect.
You don't exist. Would you like
We
to have
would,
sex?
we
You
would
wanna
only
fuck?
expect,
Well,
we'd
fuck
only expect the
yourself.
truth. We'd only expect the truth from you. But you gotta charge Spanish prices. I'm not paying $40 for it.
No, mine is for free.
Even better.
You just wait until I'm homeless that I'm going over there. Let's see if the Holy Spirit wants you to be as open as you are now.
Ay, mi madre.
Yeah, I was gonna say that in the chat, in our chat. Ay, mi madre, this is a fucking marathon. About an hour ago or hour and a half.
Sí, sí.
I could get to the finish line.
Mm.
Well, I finally got up, transferred to my phone, put my headphones on, and went for a walk.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
nice.
I took it for a walk. It was a good way to do it.
Yeah, it was ridiculous in the movie. The guy says that he's going for a walk, and then he's going for a walk in a 2 feet deep snow, forbidden place in nowhere. And I said, who the fuck takes a walk in a place like that?
Very desperate person.
Well, it's interesting too. I mean, Hollywood is always so creative. And early in the scene in the movie when I said, "Oh, that's Manhattan Beach, my old stomping grounds," there's no subway in Los Angeles. So he takes a subway, he walks upstairs, and he walks out onto the beach.
Así.
Right? There's no subway starting there, right?
Sí.
And
But the movie, you mean this movie?
yeah, of course.
But I thought the movie was in New York.
No, it was filmed in Los Angeles. He was in Los Angeles, supposedly. I mean, that's how I heard it, because he was walking on the beaches in Manhattan Beach, and
Bueno, I saw the motherfucker,
oh, really?
como Empire State many times.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Even the closing scene, which I thought for a moment when they were up on the roof was the Bonaventure Hotel, which it wasn't. It was someplace like, I don't know what city that was. That was a big city.
I
Los
always
Angeles.
thought it was New York. Checking the information that you guys find in the internet.
Dale, pichón.
Anyway, la película es media tristona. It's kind of sad movie. But it only shows the point that everything is the fucking same. It doesn't matter how many forms you try to be satisfied in the world and connected. You will never do it unless the Holy Spirit is guiding your relationship and your connections. Otherwise, you will do the same thing because the script is written, but it will be meaningless to you. But if you know, you have the choice to choose the Holy Spirit, and then the Holy Spirit guide all your thinking, all your aims, or your goals, or your connections, and everything, because otherwise it will be guided by the ego. It will be totally destructive. So it doesn't mean that you will have relationships here in the world if you like it, but you have to put the Holy Spirit in charge, not to make a fucking mess out of them. And if you don't know that by now, I'm telling you, you won't get it. You will need another time around.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not only one more day of a lesson, you know? It's the willingness to put everything in the hands of the Spirit.
No tienen que entender
And
todo.
that has to be a total commitment.
Sí.
Sí, tiene que ser un compromiso total. It has to be a total commitment.
Yeah. Yeah. Every moment, every second.
Every situation, every possibility, every feeling. O sea, we know that already, that nothing that we feel, nothing that we do, nothing that is happening or will happen or We cannot change it. We're not in control. It's for our good only if we let the Holy Spirit guide us to see the only lesson in everything. Because that's the only be happy in a very depressive and disillusional and delusional
In a
place.
crazy world.
Exactly, that only takes and doesn't give anything back. It just takes, and then kills. So the only way that we can be truly happy and truly helpful here is know that this is not our home, but we can be with guidance here.
Mm, mm.
And that's a total. It requires a lot of trust and faith. Because the ego will always be, okay, you want to do that, but you're going to be fucked up.
Mhm.
You know, you're going to end up being hated by everybody. Everybody's going to give you their back. You're going to not have anything to eat. You're going to end up in the street, hated by the whole humanity because you don't share that God made bodies. So you eventually will be crucified in the minds of everybody that knows you. And your existence will mean nothing. That's the dialogue of the ego when you're trying to go for enlightenment. And says, okay, and practice a lot because it's gonna take you a full long time.
Long time.
And you're gonna suffer through that time. And in the end, you're gonna fail. So better call so and do something else. Get yourself
Yeah.
fucking busy in the world. That I made all this work for you to get busy in it.
See?
But no, we can laugh at it. That's what we want. One purpose, everybody's included, the form doesn't matter, and we can do this laughing and lovingly with everybody.
Yeah, which is again what was so great about that Death 2020. You know, having a chance to sit and watch something that may have had an impact earlier in the year, and then be able to sit back and watch the impact rise and go, no, no.
Then the last skit that they did, they used the COVID word and use it as an anagram for, I don't know what were the words where the meaning was the belief that we are a separate individual.
Uh,
And then they changed from a virus to the condition of the mind of feeling separate. And what they did is they interview a lot of people that are in the communities and they explain
Their condition.
their mystical experiences. Because they were saying there's a cure for this condition that has been for billions of years. And the cure, some people had a glimpse out of the cure, and they presented these testimonials in a very informal way. And then at the end, they say something like, but it requires mind training and commitment because the short experience that comes and goes is not enough. Yeah, that was nice.
that was Death 2020.
No, that was the last
And
skit.
so that was the last kid that they did that they based they used the COVID word as an inspiration, but to talk about the mind's belief in separation and how can it be healed,
See.
and the aspect that it has, you can have an experience, but it will be leading experience, for the experience to prevail and to persist in your experience, you have to devote to training your mind to see the world differently. Pues muy bien.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment that last night I saw a movie that was very helpful in me letting go of the need to understand anything because I didn't understand the movie at all. And what I did was after I finished it, I watched the first like 20 minutes again to see if I could, and I got an idea. And then once I'm like, I don't need to know what is going on.
Well, this is the downside of drinking coffee so late and working out so late. You can't watch a movie. You can maybe sleep, but you can't watch a movie.
No, it's a movie that came out this year. I think at the beginning of the pandemic. It's called Tenet. And it's with the protagonist is Denzel Washington's son, who's a very good actor.
Yo creo que David made a.
They went to the
We
theater to watch it, and I think that David, did he make a commentary after? Because I probably should look that one up. Because it's playing with the concept of time, but in a very different way than another, and it's not like going back and going forward, just going back and going forward. There's this idea of inversion of time, which is it was very strange because some people would go back and then from that point on, they would go forward, right? And some people would go back, but they were inverted in time. So everything that they were doing was going backwards. It was really strange.
What's it called?
Tenet.
Oh, Tenet.
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 Pero
It's on Amazon Prime right now.
Por eso no lo viste en Netflix.
No está en Netflix todavía. It's on.
You have to pay for that, Gary.
Yeah, I paid for it because it was a movie that I had been interested in watching. And then when I started to watch it, because there's no introduction or anything, it's bam, right into action and you have no idea what's going on. You're like, what the hell is going on here? And then you're trying to decipher what the hell is going on. At some point, my thought was like, be present now with what's going on the screen and forget about trying to decipher what the hell is going on.
It's Christopher Nolan.
Yes. And
so he's going to get into your head anyway.
Yeah, Inception, I had to watch like 5 times. And still, to me, I have an interpretation of the last scene. Everybody has their interpretation of last scene. So yeah, his thing is playing with time.
Yes.
But the ultimate message for me was you don't have to understand anything, and everything is happening now all the time. Everything, time doesn't exist. Everything is just like this moment, everything is happening.
That just to be our example for the present moment. By the way, you don't have a present moment here today.
¿Qué?
Que no tienes un pelo de momento presente.
No tengo un pelo.
¿Te acuerdas por la mañana cuando nos levantamos y tienes el pelo con el present moment hair?
Ajá. I don't have present moment hair.
No.
No, it's only when
always the past.
we start with
Always the past.
Yeah, let's be happy with the present moment and trust. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is only a matter of trust. You has always said that we have to take care of things and now we're trying to trust in the spirit but not with sufficient confidence. And that's the only gap that we need to fill, is to have the trust and the faith that he will take care of everything now, and that we don't have to think like that anymore. That's a beautiful invitation for every moment.
Perfecto.
Tengo el reggaetón en la esquina.
Bueno, pues, thank you. I'm good.
Exactly.
See,
Sí. All is
or
good.
so, as my damn phone would like
Yeah,
to.
but why you put so?
What do you mean, why
Why
do I
you
put
write
so?
so?
Because I don't know how to spell C.
You don't know. Well, you had a school. Why you know? You don't know. You cannot
Okay, we're
find an
not.
I.
I'm not perfect, Adriana. I'm just not perfect.
So easy. So easy.
It's C.
So is C. All right. Got
C.
it.
C is so.
No
Okay.
entiendo nada.
Porque cuando él escribe en el teléfono, en vez de poner sí, pone so. Y ya lo ha hecho 3 veces.
See, and there'll
Yo
be more,
pensé que
by the way.
había, maybe there was a disconnection in the mind with the word, you know?
Yeah, no. The
Because it's
disconnect
only
with this
2
goddamn
letters.
phone that won't let me actually type the words I want to type. I put in C and it sends so.
It correct, no, because you
You
have to
have
put C
the,
and then go and say C.
That's why
You
I
have-
said fucking Apple.
you have the autocorrect, but you have to
I know, I
take off the
know.
autocorrect.
Yeah, I was thinking, why did you fucking apples? You don't have even apple trees over there. But I said, well, someday I will get it now. I'm informed.
What's he
Noted.
doing fucking apples? Oh my.
That's gringo shit that I don't understand, so I let
Yeah,
it.
and I didn't say apples. It wasn't plural. It was just one apple.
Sí.
No. Check your.
One digital apple.
There was an apple with an apostrophe and an S.
See? Fucking apple. That's what I mean.
No importa. Tiene pichón. Doesn't matter.
What
Tiene
makes
hambre.
it does?
No, yo comí.
All right.
Nothing to say, but love you guys.
Love you both.
And know that we have one more day. Be grateful for that.
That's it, eh?
Tenemos un día más, ya.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Have you decided what you're gonna
366.
do? Yeah.
¿Cómo fue?
Have you decided what you're gonna do after?
No, it's not my decision to make. It's the Holy Spirit needs to come in and tell me what he wants. I'm feeling, I don't know, like, yeah.
You're feeling like tossing the computer out of the window and not doing any this shit again.
No,
Motherfucker, 1 year doing this.
no, al
Madre.
contrario, al contrario. I want to keep the space, but you know, the purpose is for the Holy Spirit and whatever I feel like we should start doing the text,
Whatever.
you know.
I mean, we are happy for this moment.
Sí, exacto.
Even if it's to curse some words and criticize some
Do
motherfuckers,
a
it's helpful
movie
anyway.
review.
No,
Because we don't believe what we're saying, you know?
exacto.
We
Exacto.
don't suffer for what we're saying. We're just laughing at ourselves and being honest.
Sí,
Mhm.
sí.
Yeah, I have to be brutally honest with
We
myself.
can't be, we have to be brutally honest, como tú dices.
Yeah, we can be brutally honest here,
Sí.
safely.
Mhm.
Safely.
We don't have to pretend to be enlightened or not enlightened or whatever.
So that we don't go through the difficulties. We go through them, but we
No,
there's
you
a
know,
spirit-
we're not asking donations. We are charging anything.
Should be. Maybe that's
Viewers.
next year.
We can be free and do whatever.
el que le guste, chévere, el que no, también, we're fine. This is all for one mind, for ourselves. And that's very
Sí.
clear.
Yeah, so most of the days, this is the only time that I talk. Most of my days, like in a week, probably 5 days, this is my only talk in the day.
Sí.
And I don't miss talking, but exposing here really reflects what I find true and helpful. which is something that I cannot communicate with words to the other people that I talk to
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
it's not necessary. It's not because they are not good or not special. It's because the way of communication has to be done on another way. But it's the same value of communication because I'm just, when I tell you motherfucker or tell you the pointy
Puta,
hair,
que dices
showing
puta.
puta, cabrona. I call you Dick sometimes, Mr. Gary.
See, my feelings are so deeply hurt.
But that's a way of expressing love
It is, and I take it that way.
and
I wish the
saying
rest of the world would call me a
doesn't
dick.
matter with Really, I'm not the only one.
No,
No,
he
I wish the rest of the world would, so I'd feel more love.
All right. Well, you can put a sticker here. Call me
Or
Dick.
just put a big dick on my head.
I'll send you a t-shirt that says Gary the Dick.
I was born a Richard, now I'm a dick. All right, this conversation has taken to a new low.
Oh my God.
I think we
Oh,
better
gracias.
judge.
It's okay. We have to vanish our self-concept.
Let's see.
Exacto.
All
Bueno,
right, hit leave.
yeah.
Hit leave, Astrid, before we start up again.
Yes, thank you. I love you.
Love you both.
Dale, vete al patio a pasear.
Ya fui. Adiós.
Bye bye. Have a great night.
También.
Yeah, yeah.
Te amo.